Yes, we're finally doing it. This is the ultimate comparison between the Voltric Z Force 2 and the Duora 10. Let's do it! Alright, first of all, I'm going to say that I'm not going to go into extreme detail with each racket here. If you want to know more about each individual racket, simply click on the review link in the description below. But what I'm going to do today here is I'm going to talk about the differences between these two rackets and see which one suits you better. Let me give a shout out to my sponsor. Thank you so much to Tsang for sponsoring this video. They're an authorized badminton dealer in Hong Kong. They sell badminton stuff at a much lower price than like basically every single place. All their products are authentic and they do mail order business and in-shop businesses. I'm going to link in the description below their website, which is www.lt328.com. If you go on the website and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, you can find their address, the email address and some other information. So if you can't find a specific product on the website, all you need to do is just email them and they'll respond really quickly. And yeah, by the way, if you guys are still wondering about the merchandise, it's gonna come out pretty soon, so don't worry. This time, suggestion shout out goes to Adrian Tsang. Thank you so much for suggesting this video. And yeah, I've received some DMs from you on Instagram and thank you for being such a good fan generally. The Duora 10 has a less stiff shaft than the Voltric Z Force 2, but the Voltric Z Force 2 has a thinner shaft than the Duora 10. Both of these rackets are head heavy, but the Voltric Z Force 2 is like very head heavy, whereas the Duora 10 is more of an even balance. It's only mildly head heavy and you don't really notice it. The Voltric Z Force 2 provides a more solid feeling when you hit, and you feel like you're punching the shuttle rather than like whipping it, if you know what I mean. Whereas the Duora 10, it feels like you're whipping the shuttle a bit more, but it is way less powerful than the Voltric Z Force 2. The Voltric Z Force 2 also has a smaller frame than the Duora 10. It is a bit hard to get used to, considering most frames are slightly bigger and your timing is probably adjusted to that size. But it will only take about like 1 or 2 weeks, considering if you play like once a week, to get used to this racket. But don't think the Duora 10 is easy to get used to, because it has something called the dual optimum system. Basically, one side is box framed and one side is aerodynamic framed, and it is quite weird at first when you hit, because you feel like, oh, this racket is like powerless. It doesn't have enough that solid punch to deliver the shot all the way to the back of the court when I want to. But you just have to get used to it and just time the shuttle very well to get those perfect shots. Otherwise, it's just really difficult to use. So I would say that the Voltric Z Force 2 is a bit more user-friendly than the Duora 10. When it comes to defense, neither are better than the other, like, by a lot. Okay, so you might think that the Duora 10 has a better defense, but since the Duora 10 has a smaller sweet spot and it feels a bit weaker, sometimes if you return the shot badly, then you get a really floaty shot, or you just, I don't know, you might put it in the net as well. Whereas the Voltric Z Force 2, since it feels a bit more solid, you'll find it easier to like return smashes and stuff like that. But the thing is, this racket is a bit more head heavy. No, okay, why am I joking you? Okay, this is way more head heavy. You'll need a lot more extra strength to maneuver this racket quickly. And most people that are not like super hench, they'll find it super difficult to like maneuver this racket quickly enough to return like quick drives, fast smashes, or those kind of things. Whereas the Duora 10 is fine with that. The problem is when the shuttle reaches the racket face, and then the racket feels a bit weak and stuff like that, and it just doesn't perform as well. Both of these rackets are designed to be singles rackets. Personally, I prefer the Voltric Z Force 2 a lot more because of the solid feel and the power it gives you. But I would use the Duora 10 in like doubles. I'd rather have that extra bit of like maneuverability instead of that extra bit of power, because I'd rather just place my shots to win rather than just like boom it. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. if you're a player that likes to dominate in your smashes, drops, and just like overhead shots, yeah, basically, then go with the Voltric Z Force 2. Like, it won't disappoint you with those shots. But you need to make sure you get your like defense locked down properly before you can use this. Otherwise, it's just pointless. You won't be able to defend properly. If you're a player to play with deception, drop shots, control the net a bit more, then go with the Duora Z Strike. It'll do you good because like it's fine with dropping and stuff like that. Smashes are alright, but they're just not as powerful as the Z Force 2. And also, if you're a player that spins the racket a lot and you don't check the colour, you might find yourself hitting with the wrong side of the racket, and then you'll be like, whoa, what's happening to my shot? Why is it going like so far out? I've seen some players do this, and I'm just like, what are you doing with this racket when you don't even know how to look at the colours? I personally spin my racket a lot as well, but it's just like a natural thing. After I spin my racket, I just automatically put it back up to the orange side since I'm right-handed. So with the Voltric Z Force 2, you don't have to worry about that at all. You can just spin your racket like endlessly and it'll be fine. Like, you can just hit with any side. Okay, let's talk about the designs of these two rackets. I personally prefer the look of the Z Force 2 more. I don't know, I just like the stealthy blue and black and silver look. It's just so sick, like, and I prefer matte paint as well. Like, all my rackets, if they're matte paint, that'll be the best. Like, I personally don't really like the glossy finish. Number one, glossy finishes don't last as long, and they tend to chip instead of the matte paint, which tends to like, I don't know what happens to the matte paint. It just doesn't seem to get damaged at all. And secondly, the glossy finish, it kind of looks cheap, if you know what I mean. Both of these rackets are like similar price right now, so it's just down to you of whether which one you prefer and which one seems to suit your style more. Obviously, there are new rackets that just came out, like the Duora Z Strike, the Lindan Force, and just loads and loads of other rackets that I haven't even reviewed. Well, if you want me to do a review on those rackets that I haven't done yet, for example, like the Voltric, what is that, the Flash Boost, simply comment it below. These rackets are good for its price right now, but if you're looking for something that will last you longer and performs a lot better, okay, I just dropped this. If you want something that performs a lot better, then I think you should spend an extra bit of money, just a little bit, to get new rackets like the Duora Z Strike. Like, honestly, the Duora Z Strike is just incredible. Like, I love it so much. And by the way, if you haven't noticed it already, like on my Lindan Force review that I just released like a few days ago, I mentioned something about a giveaway. So, if that sounds nice to you, yeah, then simply just go onto that video, watch till the end, and just follow the instructions. Like, it's pretty simple. It's like 4 steps or something, and it doesn't require much effort. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. Bye bye!